Hi guys, I hope you're doing good today. It's been quite the last few days. I like my hat. I think a good hat will do good wonders for anybody. I'm a mess. I am a mess today. I slept until 9:30. We took the family to the beach this last weekend, and it just wore me out. I was just getting over the cold, feeling better, and I took the kids to the beach, and it was so much fun. It's so beautiful, and it's been a long time since I've gotten over there, so it really felt good to be over there. But I wore myself out, as usual. It's amazing how days go by, and weeks go by, and months go by, and we look back at them and say, what did I get done this past few months? What did I get done this past few years? And I'm not getting much of anything done. And it's annoying, but it's also understandable. I forgive myself for my shortcomings. I want to keep these videos as real as possible. This is my life with fibromyalgia. Some days are kind of good and some days are kind of bad. It's not horrible. I'm not in bed forever. I'm not, I'm doing okay. And a lot of time when people ask, how are you doing? We'll say good. And for me and us, I think as fibromites, we say, I'm good. As in, I'm coping. I am coping with this illness. I'm doing the best I can. So that's where I wanted to go with that. The beginning, I wanted to show you some of the potions and lotions I use to help me cope. They don't do a lot for me. I don't think they really help that much, but it just makes me feel better to do something. It's been getting hot here, so it was 90 degrees yesterday, and it's obvious that the cold will really seep into your bones and really give you a lot of pain and make things a lot worse for us. But it's kind of the same with the heat. The heat pulls all that energy out somehow. It just makes me feel more exhausted. I don't feel like doing anything, and then if I don't do anything, I have more pain. And I use heat to kind of soothe the areas on my body that hurt. I have my electric blanket that my husband got me. I have what do you call them? Brain fog is rampant today. The heating pads. I have heating pads that I put on, like my knees especially hurt a lot. And so these things, they help a little bit. And the heat kind of, I can't use those things when I'm already hot and sweaty. I don't want to put something hot on me, but my body needs that kind of specific heat in that area. So it's just a dilemma, and we deal with what we have to deal with. So there's other things that I use, and they just help me feel better. They don't do anything for me. I want to reiterate that. They don't do anything for me. They just help me feel better. Tylenol and Advil I take on a regular basis. Ever since I was diagnosed, they said take Tylenol and Advil. That's about all you can do. And they do take the edge off. It helps me just get through those next few hours where they're actually working a little bit and, get something done. I took tramadol every day with Advil, and I would take that about 9 or 10 o'clock, and then I would have those few hours where the tramadol was working that I could actually get up and get things done, and I don't take that anymore. So I don't take the Advil and Tylenol anymore every day on a regular basis. I just take them when I feel like I need the extra help to get through. But other things that I've used all along, and they just kind of make me feel better. And one thing that I do use a lot of at different times is the arthritis cream. The different drugstores will sell different they all have their own brands of an arthritis cream. And it's got salicylic acid or something like that in it. It's kind of related to what aspirin has in it, chemically, I think, from what I've read. I think the most soothing part is that it's a thick cream, and you're actually rubbing it into your muscles, and that, I think, it kind of helps to massage those muscles, and the cream, you know, helps facilitate that rubbing and that massage to kind of break up that cramping that's in there. And you know, I think there's a kind of a chemical basis in your muscles that is the chemicals that are left over after exercise. I think if your muscles are real tense like they get in fibromyalgia, those chemicals aren't released as easily, and rubbing a cream into them, I don't think it's medically proven. I don't think they'll ever, but for me it helps me feel better. So, and this is something else that my husband can help me with. He you know, I can ask him to rub it into my shoulders and back and neck, and it helps him feel like he's involved with helping me, because the family, you know, especially your significant other, can feel so helpless in helping you. They want you to feel better. They want to do everything they can to help you feel better. And marijuana is legal in California now to use, and he brought me home a little, well, actually my daughter found it for me. She brought me home a little cream, marijuana-based cream, and I would rub that in my lower back because I keep a lot of tension there, and it's just a convenient place to kind of rub it, and it helped me feel better. I don't know that it actually helped with anything, but it helped me feel better. I haven't found any more of that, so I don't use it on a regular basis, but it did help me at that time feel better. So there's hope in that area. There's more studies on it. And one thing I question, I always wonder, because they say that fibromites have lower magnesium and lower A and D, or lower vitamin D levels, and because of that, you know, my doctor told me to take a bath in Epsom salts to introduce that magnesium directly into my muscles. And I can't take a bath on a regular basis. You know, scrubbing out the tub, I have a germaphobe kind of thing going on. I don't want to touch germs, and I don't want to sit in a stinky bathtub with my germs. So it's, you know, I don't like to take baths. So I found instead this magnesium oil. And magnesium oil, I put it in a separate squeeze bottle, and you're supposed to dilute it by half. So I put baby oil, I mix it with baby oil and, you know, other things to dilute it by half. And I include lavender oil in that. And lavender, you know, if you just rub it on your pillow at night, you know, it just helps you feel a little better. So I mix that all together, and I put that on. The baby oil I've always used. It just helps my skin feel better, because I get dry skin and irritated skin. So I put that on after my shower, and, you know, my skin is warm. And one thing my doctor was worried about with the magnesium oil is that your skin needs to be warm in order to be the magnesium to be absorbed into the skin. So my skin is warm after my shower, and I put that on. And I don't know if it's actually being absorbed or not, but I'm hoping, and it helps me feel better. And the $11 I spend on this, and it lasts 3 or 4 months, that's worth it to me. It's worth it just for that peace of mind, to feel like I'm doing something that might be helping my body. And I do take magnesium and vitamin D tablets. And the vitamin D, I got an ointment too. This is A&D ointment. My family's always used A&D ointment. I don't know if you guys get the, you know, around the cuticles it just splits and cracks, and, you know, my skin is, my hands especially, skin is really dry. So I would put that on at night, and I mix it some with the arthritis cream because the A&D is really sticky and yucky, so I mix that together and rub it in. And that kind of helps with that. And then I get more, hopefully, more vitamin D will be absorbed into my skin. And there's other things I've tried over the years, you know, like apple cider vinegar, and you know, there's always something going around that's supposed to help. This company, let's see, it's Highlands. Highland has made different things over the years that contain different remedies, different herbal remedies, and I've always, dabbled in herbs a little bit, because I think, nature has cures out there for us. It has the things that we need to keep our bodies healthy. That's my belief. And it's not true. It's, there are a lot of remedies out there that nature has that we haven't discovered yet. So this leg cramp cream I've been using lately, and then there was a tube called Head On, and I would rub it over my forehead for when I had migraines, and that seemed to help a little bit. This hat is doing nothing for my looks. So, sorry about that. But I do like a hat. It keeps my head. Yeah. It keeps my brain contained, if you know what I mean. It's, yeah, I used to take the bandana and put it on my head really, really, really tight when I had a migraine, and it just helped me feel better. There's so much of what I do, it just helps me feel better for the moment to get through, to cope. And let's see, I think that's all the potions and cream I've been using lately. So the study, I don't know if I already talked about it, and if I did, please forgive me. I think I might have. But has there been a study where doctors have actually somehow taken healthy people and reduced their magnesium and vitamin D level and see if they experience the fibromyalgia symptoms that we do? I would be very interested in hearing or reading about a study like that, because there's information that maybe vitamin D and magnesium levels are low in fibromyalgia, and that sulfates and things like that are a little bit elevated. And really, how much does a low magnesium and vitamin D level affect our health? And I don't know that there's been a study. I don't know that there hasn't been a study looking at those things. So I hope your week goes good, and I hope that you can have those people in your lives and those things that you can do to help you cope with life and find joy and peace in parts of your day. Thanks for watching, guys. Toodles.